Hi, I'm Chris Stokes from Custom Fitness Personal Training Studio here in Amarillo, Texas. Every single day, someone in the world makes a decision to start getting healthy, to get in shape, to begin making all the important changes to finally finish their quest of enhanced health and vitality. Today, however, I'm curious to know if you know what the number one reason is that people stop exercising. It's boredom, plain and simple. Interestingly enough, overuse injuries as a result of doing the same boring workout is number two. Humans by nature have a terrible habit of loving their habits. We fear most change, and we're really uncomfortable with the ones that we don't fear. Change is not something that most people have learned to embrace very well. As a personal trainer in Amarillo for almost 2 decades now, this is something that I've encountered quite often with clients. However, on the other hand, the client who is afraid of change is also bored to death with what they've been doing during their workouts over the past weeks, months, or really even years. Quick story here. When I was much younger and beginning as a personal trainer, I met a man who had been working out at a private studio here in town. And at that age, that sounded like a really amazing opportunity compared to like the big box gyms that I was used to. So this man was in his late 60s and working out with the owner of the studio. He had been going to that specific studio with that same trainer for about 7 years at that point. And the problem was that while he felt like he was doing the right thing, that he was staying in shape, doing what the doctor told him to do, he couldn't tell really even one success that he had had outside of continuing for 7 years, not one. So I dug a bit deeper and found out that on day number one, his trainer created a program for him and he walked him through it, showed him how to perform each exercise correctly, et cetera, et cetera. The man went to the studio for training sessions 3 to 4 times weekly for 7 years. And as it turns out, that was the only program that he ever got. As a fitness and wellness professional, this really still astounds me to this day. So why did he not see results, and why am I telling you about this in an article about people who stop working out? Well, first, he didn't see results because he stopped shocking his body with new stimuli. Put simply, the truth is that your body will react positively to a new stimulus. This is why you see results the first go around. However, continuation of the same stimulus without enough change to cause what's called a shock factor will result in loss of progression or reaction. So the body needs to be stimulated in new ways to cause the changes that you desire. Physiologically, the body will begin to plateau after about 4 to 6 weeks of similar stimulus. Therefore, you must change the stimulus enough within that 4 to 6 week time frame to cause a new stimulus reaction within the body. Some people think that just changing the amount of resistance or the type of machine will be enough, but really it must be more than that. The body craves variety in movement, speed, duration, repetition, resistance, and more. So to truly give the body enough of a shock factor when changing routines, you must put some research-backed thought into it. Knowing when the plateau isn't really enough to fix the issue here. Mentally, your brain begins to plateau into boredom generally between 3 to 5 weeks with your general fitness routine. This means that if you've been doing a routine long enough to hit this threshold with the mental boredom, you'll begin to put less effort into what you're doing and therefore see less results, even though you may not have actually hit the physiological plateau yet. Interesting, huh? So this can happen workout to workout as well. For instance, when doing a cardio session, you'll begin to go through the motions after about 10 minutes of a specific machine. It seems to be a popular belief of people wanting to get fit that if they find something that has worked for somebody else, or even for them in the past or the beginning of what they were doing, that they should continue to do the same thing over and over and over to continue to get the same results. Seems like logical, but it doesn't really work that way. So most people don't really look at the full picture when considering this as an option. You see, first, your body is unique, and it's highly unlikely that it works the same way as any other person's body. Yes, there are many substantial similarities in the human body, but each of us is made just a little bit different than others. And second, if you've done it before, you were probably at a different stage of life or body transformation than what you are right now at this moment. Your body's much smarter than you give it credit for most of the time, and this would be one of those instances. The body craves the change that you fear most. Albert Einstein defined insanity as doing the same thing over and over, but expecting it to get a different result from it. So why did I tell you the story of this 7-year client? Well, because I'm hopeful that first, this has not happened to you. And second, I hope that you will learn from his mistakes. Sometimes there comes a time to break up with your trainer. We'll talk about that more later, and find a better solution. Chances are that you didn't wake up one morning with a boatload of money and think, boy, I wish that I could spend this on something really useless while wasting my time and energy. And that's exactly what happened to that 7-year client, minus the boatload of cash. Instead, that client was pretty much robbed. He was robbed of his time, he was robbed of his money, and the results that he really deserved. If you're at a sticking point today and want to push through, take a moment to assess your current workout routine. Have you perhaps been performing it too long? Have your exercises changed order but not really changed themselves? Is there some way that you could provide that new stimuli that would help you to get results that you not only deserve but you desperately want? It's time to eliminate the boredom. Time to eliminate the boredom-related injuries. By adding variety into your exercise routine, believe it or not, this can be accomplished without big fancy equipment, big fancy gym memberships, amongst other things. This really just requires a change of thought and an open mind to embrace the changes and the soreness, possibly, that is to come. This is just one of the areas that the team at Custom Fitness excels in, and we would love to talk with you about your goals and your needs. Our team would be happy to take the responsibility of change from you and provide you with an effective and efficient workout that changes every 4 weeks, and ones that actually work. All you have to do is call. We'll handle the rest. So boredom is the key. Watch out for that. Don't let it happen to you. And again, if you're ready for some help in that area and want somebody to do the research for you to make sure that those workouts are fast, easy, and efficient, we would love to help you.